Hi everyone, welcome to Chandan Logics. You all know that students who are preparing for bank, SSC, railway, police, defense, CSAT and other competitive exams are very familiar about Chandan Logics. Why the reason is, Chandan Logics have trained lakhs of students, and out of those lakhs of students, already thousands of students secured government jobs in various sectors. Now, how this is possible to us? This is possible to us only because of our expert faculty team and our exclusive designed curriculum for examination. If you observe our expert faculty team, each and every faculty is having vast experience and they're having in-depth subject knowledge based on the present examination pattern, and they have trained lakhs of students. And coming to our curriculum, we have designed our curriculum in such a way that our video lectures are completely digital interactive video lectures where we are going to teach each and every subject in depth, complete concept oriented teaching and complete time saving techniques based on the recent examinations. And we are going to conduct mock examinations also. These mock examinations are exclusively based on the real time experience of what actual examination is going to happen. And we are going to provide you complete concept oriented PDF materials also. If you are a serious aspirant and looking for the right platform to achieve your dream job, download Chandan Logics app.
Let us discuss the next pattern of questions. Now, what are the questions we are going to discuss? These questions are based upon replacement. And don't forget, whatever the concept we are going to use now, this is same as the concept whatever we have discussed earlier. Okay, so let us look at the question. The average age of Ram and his two children is 17 years. And the average age of Ram's wife and the same children is 16 years. If the age of Ram is 33 years, what is his wife's age? We are supposed to find Ram's wife age. Very simple question. Observe here carefully. The question is saying like Ram and his two children. Yes or no? Total how many persons? Total 3 persons. Now this 3 persons average age is how much it seems? 17 years. Similarly, Ram wife and the same two children. Now these persons average age is how many years? 16 years. Yes or no? It is saying that if the age of Ram is 33 years, if age of Ram is 33 years, what is Ram's wife age? This was your question. Okay, observe here carefully how the concept whatever we have discussed earlier is applicable here. Observe here carefully. If you observe here, in this is 3 and this is also 3. What is left hand side difference? Left hand side difference is 0. Yes or no? What is right hand side difference? Right hand side difference is -1. Okay. Now if you observe here, whenever the questions are regarding replacement, always your left hand side difference will be 0 only. Why? Because here you have 3 persons, here also you have 3 persons. The question what it is saying, instead of Ram you replaced with Ram wife, which means the number of persons will not change in replacement. As number of persons will not change in replacement, left hand side difference is going to be always 0. So that is the reason when left hand side difference multiplied with right hand side bottom number, it is going to be anyway 0. Why? Because 0 into anything will be 0. Now if you observe, right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number, -1 into 3 is nothing but -3, which means you got 3 less. Yes or no? As you got 3 less, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this means from Ram to Ram wife you have a difference of 3. That's it. From Ram to Ram wife you have a difference of 3. Why? Because in this two children are constant. When two children are constant, the only difference that is going to happen here is between Ram and Ram wife, and the difference is like 3. Why? Because you are getting -3, which means from Ram to Ram wife it should be 3 less, which means if Ram is 33, Ram wife should be 30 years. So I can simply say that answer for this question is 30 years. Very simple question. If you want, you can do it in a traditional way also. If you are going to do in a traditional way, how do you calculate? Ram plus 2 children divided by 3 is equal to, what is the average? 17. This is one equation. Next one, Ram wife plus same 2 children divided by 3. What is the average? 16. When you solve these two equations, then you will come to know what is Ram and what is Ram's wife. Anyway, in the question it is clearly mentioned that Ram is like how much? 33 years. As anyway you know what is Ram's age, then when you solve these equations, then you will come to know what is Ram's wife. But this is really not required. Yes or no? You can simply use the concept of left hand side difference, right hand side difference, and you can get this answer much faster. And if you have observed here, in this replacement type of questions, left hand side difference is always 0. As left hand side difference is always 0, you just need to calculate right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. That's it. Right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. Only this you have to do, nothing more than that. Okay, simple concept. Look here, if you want, I will show you one more example. Observe here once. Let us say example, there are 4 persons. 4 persons average weight, let us say example 25 kg. 4 persons average weight 25 kg. Let us say those 4 persons are A, B, C, D. Okay. Now let us example. Now this D is replaced by E. Now this D is replaced by E. Now the same A, B, C are there. Okay. But D is replaced by E. Now these 4 persons average weight is again 25 kg only. This 4 persons average weight is again 25 kg only. Now if I say the question, if D's weight is 30 kg, what is E's weight? You can simply say that again it is going to be 30 kg. Why? Because in this question ABC are anyway common, and average, if you look here also average 25, here also average 25. Which means the only difference is D and E. If D is 30, E also should be 30. Why? Because there is no change in average. If average is going to change, then D and E values are also going to change. This is the only difference. Okay. So simple concept. Whenever you have questions with respect to replacement, don't forget that in replacement, left hand side always it is going to be 0. Left hand side difference is 0. As left hand side difference is 0, just concentrate on right hand side difference. Right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. That's it. Now 1 into 3 is like 3, which means as this is negative value, minus 3, which means from Ram to Ram wife you have a difference of 3. As it is minus 3, so it should be minus 3, which means if Ram is 33, Ram's wife should be 3 less. 3 less means it has to be 30. That's it. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. You should not do any calculation for these type of questions. Just you take the difference and try to know what is that value. That value is nothing but difference between the persons whoever they are replaced. If it is negative value, you will subtract from the top. If it is positive value, you will add to the top one. That's it. Nothing more than that. Very simple concept. Okay. Let us look at your next question. The average weight of 15 students in a class increased by 1.5 kg when one of the student weighing 40 kg is replaced by a new student. What is the weight of the new student? We are supposed to find the weight of new student. Very simple. Look here, how many students are there initially? 15 students are there initially. Now this 15 students average weight increased by 1.5, which means again the same 15, but average, what happened? Average increased by 1.5. Which means if initially average is n, now it is going to be n plus 1.5. Truly speaking, all this is not required. Just for the purpose of understanding, I am representing all. Now what happened? It is saying that one of the student whose weight is 40 kg. Now in this what happened? 14 students are there. Now these 14 students are anyway common. I can neglect those 14 students. Why? Because they are common. Now one student whose weight is how much? One student whose weight is 40 kg. Now this fellow is replaced with some other fellow. Due to this what happened? Average weight is increased by 1.5 kg. Now you are supposed to find what is the weight of this new student. Very simple. As I have told you earlier, left hand side difference is 0. So neglect it. Don't worry about that. Just take right hand side difference. Right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. So 1.5 into 15. What is 15 square? 15 square is 225. but this is not 15, it is 1.5. So 1.5 into 15 is going to be 22.5. As this is plus, which means from top to bottom you are going to get 22.5 extra. As a reason it is plus, so plus 22.5, which means 22.5 more. So 40 plus 22.5, we can say that new person's weight is going to be 62.5 kg, which is option 4. Very simple concept. Just use the concept of difference. Then only replacement questions you have to concentrate on right hand side difference. Right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. Now you are getting plus 22.5 extra, which means from this percent to this percent you are getting 22.5 extra. If this is 40 plus 22.5, we can say that new student is nothing but 62.5 kg. Okay, very simple. Let us look at your next one. Out of 10 teachers of a school, one teacher retires and in its place a new teacher of age 25 years joins. As a result, average age of teachers reduces by 3 years. The age of retired teacher is. So we are supposed to find the age of retired teacher. It is already mentioned new teacher age is like 25 years. Now what happened in this question? In place of old teacher, new teacher was replaced. Due to that, what happened? Average reduces by 3. How many teachers are there initially? 10 teachers. So 10 into 3 is like 30. Which means old teacher is 30 years more than new teacher. So 25 is like new teacher. Then old teacher should be 30 more. 25 plus 30. I can say that answer is like 55 years. Just very simple. You not do any calculation. No pen, no paper. Nothing is required. Just understand the concept. If you are going to understand the concept, you can solve these type of questions without using your pen and paper also. Okay, I am going to explain you. Listen here carefully. There are like 10 teachers. Now 10 teachers, average age, how much we does not know. Let us say it is n. Now what happened? In this, one teacher retires and a new teacher of average age 25 years join. Now due to this, what happened? Average age is reduced by 3, which means if initial average is n, now it is going to be n minus 3. Okay, if you observe here carefully once, out of this 10 teachers, 9 teachers are going to be common. One is like a old teacher. Now she was retired. And here also 9 teachers are common. And here you have a new teacher. Okay. Now it is saying what? This new teacher age is 25 years. What is the age of old teacher? Anyway, this teachers, 9 teachers are common. You neglect those 9 teachers. Now you have a difference between only old teacher and new teacher. That's it. You need to find. Now look here. Now right hand side difference is 3. 3 into 10 is like 30, as it is minus 30, which means for old student and old teacher and new teacher, you have a difference of 30, which means from old teacher, if you subtract 30, then you will get a new teacher. If you need to find old teacher, then you need to add that 30. So 25 plus 30, we can say that old teacher is going to be 55 years. Very simple question. Yes or no? Just use this concept. If you are going to use this concept, minus 3 into 10 is like minus 30, which means from old teacher, if you are subtracting 30 years, you will get a new teacher. But in this question already new teacher is explained. New teacher value is like 25. Then old teacher should be 30 years more. So 30 years more means 25 plus 30. We can say that old teacher age is going to be 55 years. Okay. Let us look at the next. Out of 4 numbers, the average of first 3 numbers is 15 and that of the last 3 is 16. If the last number is 19, the first is. Very simple question. Now answer is like 19 minus 3 and you can say answer is 16. No pen, no paper, nothing is required. In fraction of seconds you can mark the answer. Yes or no? The question is saying like you have 4 numbers. Yes or no? Out of these 4 numbers, it is saying that last number is 19 and he is asking us to find what is the first number. In this question, what they are saying, in this question it is saying that first 3 numbers average is 15. Yes or no? Similarly, it is saying that last three numbers is going to be how much? Last 3 numbers is like 16. Okay. Now it is saying that if last number is 19, what is the first number? And you know that anyway these two numbers are going to be constant. And look here, you should not write all this in examination. Just for the purpose of understanding, I am writing this. Okay, these two numbers are constant. Look here, now right hand side difference is +1. Now +1 into 3. So +1 into 3 is like +3, which means when you're coming from top to bottom, it is like 3 extra, which means this number, if I add 3, then I'm getting 19. But my question is what is this number? What is this number means? I need to subtract this 3. So 19 minus 3, I can say that this number is going to be 16, which is same as whatever we got earlier. So even this calculation is also not required. Without doing this calculation also you can mark the answer. But the thing is, once if you know the concept, then you can mark this answer directly. If you does not know the concept, then you have to do all this calculation and then you have to mark the answer. But look here, once if you're trying to practice more and more examples, and if you're trying to spend more time in practice, then what happens is automatically your concept is going to develop. Once if your concept is going to be developed, then what you can do is like you can mark these answers much faster than your competitors. And this is going to happen only through practice. Only if you are going to practice them, then you can mark it much faster than your competitors. So don't forget, practice is the key for success. So you have to practice. You can't remember in just one moment of time. So what many of the guys do is like they will practice for one day, or like they will listen all the classes and they will practice for one time, and they will say like I'm forgetting. Look here, you did not learn letters, that is like alphabet A, B, C, D in one day. You have spent almost 1 year to learn them. Yes or no? Even it is in the same way. If you are going to learn them, you need to put your efforts, you need to practice them. Practice for 3 times, practice for 4 times, learn the concept. After learning the concept, if you are going to practice it for multiple times, then application is going to be easy. Many of the guys, what they do, they will listen it for only one time and they'll say like it's completed. No, you have to listen it for one time and then you have to practice it for multiple times. At least you need to practice it for 2 to 3 times. When you're going to practice it for 2 to 3 times, then what happens is like your concept is going to build. You can understand the questions faster, you can analyze the questions faster, then solving the questions is going to, speed is going to be improved. Okay, that is the reason practice is your key for success. Next question. After replacing an old member by a new member, it was found that the average age of 5 members of a club is same as it was 3 years ago. The difference between the ages of replaced and new member is. So we need to find just a difference, that's it. Now look here, it is saying like there are 5 members. Now 5 members average age 3 years ago and now both of them are like same, which means 3 years ago if age of them is like 17, 3 years ago age of them is like 17, now their age will be 20. Yes or no? But what question is saying, now the average age of these members is going to be again the same. Again the same means same 17 years when one person is replaced by other person. Now they are asking what is the difference between these two persons. Very simple. Here what is the difference? Difference is like 3. So 3 into 5 is how much? 15, which means the difference between these two persons, I can say it as 15 years. Even this calculation is also not required. In the question it is clearly mentioned. It is mentioned like the average age of that members is going to be same as it was 3 years ago, even after the replacement. Which means there is a difference of 3 years. For how many members? 5 persons. So 3 into 5 is like 15 years, which means the replaced person and the new person age difference is going to be 3 into 5, which is going to be 15 years. Okay, very simple. Let us look at the next. The average age of 11 players of a cricket team is increased by 2 months when 2 of them gained 18 years and 20 years are replaced by 2 new players. The average age of new players. We are supposed to find the average age of new players. Look here, total how many persons are there initially? 11 persons. Now this 11 persons average age, what happened it seems? Increased by how much? Increased by 2 months. Yes or no? Increased by 2 months. When two players, what are their ages? 2 players, 18 years and 20 years are replaced by 2 new players, then your question is like what is the average of these 2 new players? Very simple, go with the concept whatever I have explained you. 2 into 11. 2 into 11, 22 months. Why? Because it is months, so 22 months. As it is plus, so even it should be plus, which means this is 22 months more. So I can say that new persons are 22 months more than the old persons. Old persons are 18 plus 20. That old plate's age is 18 plus 20, 38 years. Then this new plate's is going to be 38 years, 22 months. Yes or no? And how many plates? 2 plates. Why? Because 2 plates are only replaced. 2 plates of age 18 years, 19 years are replaced, which means remaining 9 plates. 9 plates are constant. You can neglect about those 9 plates. Your concentration should be only on these 2 plates. So 2 plates of age 38 years replaced with 2 new plates. These 2 new plates are 2 into 11, 22 months extra. So 38 years, 22 months is nothing but these 2 new plates. But what is your question? Your question is to find the average. As it is average, so you have to divide it by 2. So when you divide it by 2, 38 years, 22 months, average is going to be 19 years, 11 months. Yes or no? 19 years, 11 months. So what is your answer? 19 years, 11 months. Option is like option 3, 19 years, 11 months. Very simple. Okay. Just go with the concept whatever we have discussed earlier. In this type of questions, whenever you are trying to solve replacement questions, left hand side difference is always going to be 0. If left hand side difference is 0, just take only right hand side difference. In this you have like right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number, and whatever you are going to get, the difference should be added or subtracted here. Now I got 22 months extra, which means these fellows are 22 months more than these fellows. That's it. Next one, the average age of 8 members is increased by 2 years when 2 of them whose ages are 21 and 23 years are replaced by 2 new men. The average age of 2 new men is how much? Very simple, similar to earlier question. So 2 new plates are how much? So 2 persons are 21 and 23. Yes or no? Now these 2 persons are replaced by 2 new persons. Due to this, what happened? 8 members average. What happened? 8 members average is increased by 2. So look here, I got the answer now. 2 into 8 is 16, which means these fellows should be 16 years more than these fellows. Now 21 plus 23 is going to be 44. Now this fellow should be 44 plus 16, which is going to be 60. Now your question is like average. As it is like 2 persons, then it should be divided by 2. So we can say that average of them is going to be 30 years, which is like option 4. Very simple. And don't forget about this remaining 6 persons you can neglect. Your question is not about those persons. Your question is about only the 2 persons who were replaced. That is the reason out of these 8 persons I am concentrating only on these 2 persons. The only thing you need to do is like here it is increased by 2. So 2 into 8, 16. From here to here I am getting 16 years extra. If this is 44, this should be 44 plus 16, 60 years. Now question is asking like average. As it is 2 persons, 60 by 2, it is going to be 30. Okay. The average temperature for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, total how many days? Total 4 days, was 48 degrees. The average temperature for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was 52 degrees Celsius. If the temperature on Monday was 42 degrees Celsius, then the temperature on Friday, even this is similar to whatever we have discussed earlier. So total we have like 4 days. Okay. Now 4 days are what? 4 days are like Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, and next you have Thursday. Yes or no? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now this 4 days average temperature is how much? 48. And next it is said that the average temperature for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes or no? For these 4 days, average temperature is how much? 52. Okay. And they are saying like Monday temperature is how much? Monday temperature is 42. and they're asking about Friday temperature. Look here, in these 3 days are like constant. As these 3 days are constant, the difference whatever you're going to get, it should be between Monday and Thursday. That's it. Okay. Look here, from 48 it is changing to 52. So it is increased. How much more? How much more means 4 more. Now 4 into 4. 4 into 4 is nothing but 16. Which means Friday is 16 more than Monday. As Friday is 16 more than Monday, if Monday is 42, then Friday should be how much? 42 plus 16, which is going to be 58, which means Friday's temperature is going to be 58 degrees Celsius. Very, very simple question. Whenever you have questions in this particular format, just concentrate only on right hand side difference. Right hand side difference multiplied with left hand side top number. So 4 into 4, that is 16. So from Monday to Friday you have 16 extra. If Monday is 42, 42 plus 16, you can say that answer is 58. Okay.
If you're a serious aspirant and if you're looking for right platform to achieve your dream job, immediately download Chandan app. For more details, contact below numbers. Thank you. All the best.